Hello, my name is Emanuele di Lorenzo, and I serve as the founding chairman of Ocean Visions. I'm also the professor and director of the program in Ocean Science and Engineering at the Georgia Institute of Technology. With me today, joining me is also Karen Evans, principal research scientist at the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, also known as CSIRO, in Australia. I want to thank the organizers for inviting Karen and I to provide an overview of an effort called the Global Ecosystem for Ocean Solutions, also referred so far as Geos. In this short talk, we will provide a quick history, motivation, and goals of Geos, and a brief overview of the approaches that we're taking for advancing ocean solutions to the growing pressures of climate and human activities. In 2018, a set of international partners that have a strong interest in advancing and deploying ocean solutions came together to develop a proposal to establish Geos as a formal program to support and advance the activities of the United Nations Decade for Ocean Sustainable Development. Geos is born out of the recognition that in order to make significant advances, we need to establish a vibrant multi-sector community that can co-design and deploy equitable, durable, and scalable ocean-based solutions for climate change and the ocean grand challenges. The many partners listed here reflect this diversity of multi-sector actors from research organizations, industry, startup, and the investment world. And I would like to acknowledge and thank the contributors: Future Seas, CSIRO, the Indian National Center for Ocean Information, the American Geophysical Union, the Ocean and Climate Platform, the North Pacific Marine Science Organizations, PICES, the newly launched 1000 Ocean Startup Coalition, which will have their formal launch on May 27, the Blue Tech Cluster Alliance, which is a global network of industry-led blue tech clusters that are committed to collaboration for advancing the ocean economy, the UNESCO, the Ocean Vision, of course, which I represent, and very importantly, the Early Career Ocean Professionals, or ECOP network, which is a cornerstone of Geos. And as you have seen from this week, they have been a major player in the organization of this summit, with over 650 ECOP participants across 75 countries. In fact, Erin Satterwhite, one of the ECOP co-founder, is also co-organizing this session. The foundation of Geos is designed following the Ocean Vision model and relies on three main interacting elements that accomplish specific functions. The networking and community building, which has a goal to convene a multi-sector and multidisciplinary, inclusive and transparent ocean solution community. And this summit, in fact, was co-designed with several of the Geos partners with this intention and spirit in mind. In fact, the title of the summit is Towards a Global Ecosystem for Ocean Solutions. The second component is the establishment of task forces or equivalent working groups, the goal of which is to use the multi-sector network to co-design system-level solutions to the grand challenges that can inspire perhaps new programs or projects under the Ocean Decade, and also pilot projects that transform research into practical solution actions. Under the decade, the concept of ocean solutions is implicit in several of the challenges. However, we cannot rely on solutions in different areas coalescing to solve the big problems. But we must intentionally assemble the pieces to solve these big challenges that require an integrated, synergistic portfolio of solutions from the different dimensions: environmental, social, finance, industry, and policy. And this is the focus of Geos. The third component of Geos is the innovation engine, and the goal of which is to help prototype, accelerate, fund, and deploy solutions. The Geos engine function relies on involving startups, private businesses, industry, and investors with a focus on the grand challenges. And here I would like to clarify an important point about innovation and acceleration. There's a bit of a misconception that the ocean sustainable economy is going to provide the solutions to most problems, as it will lead to sustainable development. However, the blue economy is only one part of the solution, because as mentioned earlier, the more difficult challenges such as climate change and its impacts on marine ecosystems and coastal communities requires bringing together solutions from a diverse range of industry, businesses, and finance and government institutions in a systemic and synergistic way. So in this sense, Geos aims at serving as a think tank behind a coordinated action for solutions. An example of the Geos in action comes from recent work of the Ocean Vision Task Force on Ocean Carbon Dioxide Removal, also known as Ocean CDR. Back in 2020, a series of ideation workshops were launched to examine the development and scalability of Ocean CDR strategy based on microalgal cultivation and sequestration, ocean alkalinity enhancement, and electrochemical approaches. Following the convening of this multi-sector network of CDR experts, innovators, and investors, a set of solution roadmaps for Ocean CDR were produced that clearly identify key needs, obstacles, opportunities, and priorities for ocean-based CDR pathways, and examine these from a range of perspectives and discipline, including the natural sciences, engineering, policy, government, economics, social equity, and others. These roadmaps are now available, for example, as a dynamic web app that allows the Ocean CDR community to continue to update their content and keep them live. And they provide the foundation for deploying targeted pilot projects that mobilize the innovation engine. An example of such pilot project where scientists, industry, and investors are coming together to evaluate the feasibility and scalability of Ocean CDR technologies comes from Running Tide, a company who is developing a system to grow and sink microalgae in the open ocean and sequester carbon in the deep ocean. This pilot was funded by the Grantham Environmental Trust and is joined by a network of multi-sector researchers that provide on-demand expertise on the different dimensions of the pilot, including its environmental impact. Other similar projects are also currently unfolding under the Ocean Vision CDR effort using the Geos approach, and other grand challenges such as equitable coastal solutions are following. Examples of these were discussed this week on Session 2 on the summit, with the Cities project from the Ocean and Climate Platform and the U.S. national pilot on co-designing a roadmap for equitable coastal solutions. There are also other task forces at work through the Geos partners on the themes of ocean and human health and marine circular economy. We have seen several examples of these this week in Session 3 on Healthy Ocean and Healthy People, organized by Future Seas and Ocean Visions and Cape Town Universities and others, and then also Session 4 on the Circular Ocean Sustainable Economy. Now, one of the goals of the Geos is to accelerate the generation and transformation of knowledge into ocean solutions. To this end, the different components of Geos are designed to promote this acceleration process through specific activities that are community building, broad sharing of knowledge, and training and engaging the next generation of ocean experts and leaders, who, we all know, are going to be the ones that are going to carry the flag of the ocean decade in 10 years from now. To this end, under the Geos network, we envision several activities that include Ocean Solution Focus Summit, and the Ocean Vision Summit this year is an example of that. The next generation of shared roadmaps for solutions as a UN report outlining the portfolio and deployment path for a systemic level equitable ocean solutions, and an early career leadership fellow program to build cohorts that can operate across the Geos dimensions. And finally, a multi-sector platform that allows on-demand access to ocean experts to provide a trusted source of advice and critical research to pilot projects, startup, industry stakeholders, and other sectors. Similarly, within the Geos innovation engine, we envision a set of related efforts that are integrated with the network and task forces, including the development of an open access ocean solution master program combined with an internship industry matching program across the global partners to train the next generation of ocean leaders that are capable to navigate this new, complex, multi-sector and multidisciplinary ocean solution space. I hope this gives you a good flavor of the Geos approach for accelerating ocean solutions, and also provides you more context on the goals of the Ocean Vision Summit and the many contributions from partners across the different continents. We obviously have a lot of work to do, as the ocean solution community, despite the urgency, is still small and fragmented. It is our hope that under the umbrella of the UN Decade for Ocean Sustainable Development, we can better come together and call all hands on deck to co-design and deploy ocean solutions that are scalable, equitable, and systemic in addressing the grand challenges associated with the growing climate and human pressures. Thank you for your attention.